Trees play a central role in our ecosystem and for life on Earth. Forests cover more than 31% of our planet. These stretches have the capacity to provide food, medicine, and a livelihood for over 1 billion people. They could, in a perfect world, but these forests are in danger in our world today. Considerably accelerated by human activities since the 1960s, deforestation has been increasingly having a negative impact on natural ecosystems, biodiversity, and the climate. Suffering disproportionately from climate change are often the people that are not responsible for it, with catastrophic consequences for rural communities dependent on subsistence farming. On the front line, small island states like Timor-Leste. Here on our own beautiful island, with an area of 15,000 square kilometers, 1.3 million people live, over 70% of these in rural areas. Our communities are desperate for development, but how can we ensure that it is sustainable? How can we protect our land, culture, and our ancestors' traditions, while at the same time creating better lives for future generations? There are examples here in Timor-Leste, simple people who show ways forward without forgetting the past. These landholders have clear visions while showcasing resilience to the ever-changing weather patterns. Between development and conservation, let's look at 3 stories from 3 places in Timor-Leste. The access road to La Clubar in the middle of the island has not improved in the last 10 years, a challenge for the communities. It takes almost an hour and a very experienced driver to master the last 10 kilometers. Once the destination is reached, 900 meters above sea level, it is a welcome change from the weather in the capital, Dili. It is cool and refreshing, especially in rainy season. La Clubar sub-district consists of 6 villages, an impressive church in the main village, Batara, and 25 schools for the 4,500 students. Teacher Johnny, as people call him, is a well-respected figure in the community. In the mornings, he gives all his energy to the classroom, teaching secondary school students. In the afternoons and the weekends, Johnny is a leader for a small group of farmers.
Ai kureneho liang portuguesa boleh kata polikultura. Ai uambara, ai uang senabakura makane ida maka Deus Pirus Sabraka, ya sa, ya mo vanili, ya mo zambua, depois buah naga, depois rambutan, isalak. Ya mesmo tempo halaramos ao halamos pecuária hanesa kiak animal, hakiak mano, e uma oing hakiak hanesa ikan. Hanesa ne au food hus instrumennya para tu bela halo fertiliza, tu bela for puras moris e fofuan diak. Kata akon barak ambele oferência para mercado.
Ne ami halo rasi mostarda, hanesa alface, ne ami curasi, nespra, ne ami ajuda malu halo. O halo serviço, atune bele futuro ba uine bele saidi aklitan.
Johnny is committed to bringing back the trees and crops that were cultivated in Timor-Leste in Portuguese time when Timor-Leste was a colony, between 1702 and 1975.
Ia posto iridak ni historia. Historia passado nem passagem liuton. Hanesa ia tempo português ninian Tohoto hatene ne serviço ira obrigatório amne be ala sir halo. Sir cura ai hori sirane. Anto ida rua iha ne ami iha sentimento ida yang kata ne sentido de pertencia, sentido de perseverança. O insa para ai hori sirane be ulu mai amna vo sir cura ne tamba sir holori ne terus cura e ohin atulakon anto ami hakiak fale hanesan ai fu hori story sirane be amne be ala sir cura.
In Timor-Leste, religion and enemies coexist. Living with the land is spiritual. Despite being a country with a predominantly Catholic population, cultural community leaders, called the Lianai, conduct rituals on various occasions, asking for blessings from the ancestors and the nature. This tradition has been living on for centuries.
Tuir aminia Hanoi, primeiro maromak, tama maromak makhalo buat hotu mundo. Nebe primeiro anfiar maromak, segundo anfiar matabian, terceiro mak anfiar ritual. Ne hanesan sai hanesan fatuk lali antoluni, amting fiar hotu. Sa amila fiar maromak, ne amsala. Sa amila fiar matabian, ne amsala. Sa amila fiar lulik, ne amsala.
It is custom and mandatory for the Lianais of La Cluber to conduct a ritual before the maize harvest.
Atu hasaune mak patar date fore belkuda hela la kirusen belkuda hela mas atu hasaune hasau patar date tambalisan ididaknya lisan hela klubar hasau mak patar date lisan fatin seluk ne amle bel konta prepara buah malos ahu prepara batar siran sa ohin hasau henene prepara halu didia hotu sirene prepara halu completo hotu halu tuiret buat nabe di ala sir halu ton ami halu tuir ami kan la halu tuir amting moras ami kan han uluk amting moras teng hasau uluk mak ami ha ne bele Rice betuna lo no kai betuna Rice betuna kai betuna bene lu license tina ritena mari tene te bene ina amratna lo ina amda ina horna tu hitila tu walu le mama be itu siame sivia primesa tibia mama bene ita kan sire te valencia metinia fantasinia ban roite ila roite na roma te non lote sire ma kumbana ni kumbai hina libe o ta to ro bina tanaba no bina heti sen le hete he ne nebe वो लोइनो इधर कबेसिना हर करेगा ले पुतिन लाला ले सोरम लाला
The mountain people of Manatutu are strong, resilient people, respecting their traditions deeply. Teacher Johnny is one of them, with a clear vision for the future and a message for the community.
Ai ira nebe i umalisan, o i railisan ne mami adora hane sa ma Railuli idane ai nema ne ita bolu ne kata ai sagrado antu ita label ta arbir. Mai be ai sirna be ita kuna mos ita sai hana sagrado ambasira ita tu protege ne halu dia. Ita los ta arbir. Ita los sununia tu istra ne mai be ita ta huras ne tamba se fom mahon ba ita fomos udang wembara fomos ani media hosi ita komunidade ne hosu hotu intidade hotu antu hanoi ira deit onsa bele haburas ona tamba ita prejudica te one funu barak istra garai barak ne Istra itu narain timur ne, o insa para ita bel hanoi filfale, kure filfale, jovem filfale aine, raidane atu sai buras lita, ba ita hotu i mundo timor.
Let's travel one municipality further east and look at another mountain and the community surrounding it. Kaikoli Mountain is half an hour away from Baucau, Timor-Leste's second largest city next to Venilale town. A beautifully shaped mountain, however, without major vegetation. This wasn't always the case. In the past, the mountain top used to be green. At least this is what the legends say.
Kono ba ai halibo di de here for Kaikoli ne ulu be ala sida halo adora ba haline kata bolumos udah ben man fui koti ia nansane man ui mai nansa obur hamutu kia hali dene ular iha raine mos ular ui indet iha mutu airene tamba airene adora tembu Indonesia mai hatun tia tesitia dadaune maka fohoidene molik tia.
Farming group Koli with their charismatic leader, Cesar Tino, have a pledge for their mountain to be green again. Through an European Union-funded project, the farming group members are starting to practice dynamic agroforestry. Producing seedlings in their impressive greenhouses brings a small income to the community and empowers the farmers with new knowledge.
Hanesan fo matenek o halo botfong nebe ba ami hanesan kuda ai uang. Importante primeiro mak bele hetang osang ituan ba ami. Depois bele hanoring ami bele kuda ai uang, hanoring ami bele foru ai uang o insa. Hanesan ami bele kuda ai uang spesies oi oi. Kuda husi bibit, depois to ami bele ba kuda iha fating nebe hanesa iha foho kai koli neba ami bele ba kuda.
The reforestation is also a means for the community to adapt to climate change through water conservation. At the same time, a green mountain will aid to protect native plant and animal species.
Protege aminia rai, hanesang rai atu halai, depois ami venilale hanesang araska babe. Importante ami bele kuda karik to tinan sanulu ranulu mai kono amini ai uang ne bele pot bele hetam be ne be la os barak lu mai bele sucesu iha amini futuro mai.
Ai uang ne be iha folete ne ai spesi. Sanu silima ho ai fon sel seluktan hanesa ai ne. Waira abang bairo bo fen visible comunidade ida liga ba uim be bailoro na bele mara ida bele dada manusira hanesa manli kona ba loriku kakitua kona ba liga animal hanesa laku no mira sir nebe bele atrahi tu mai iha fo kai koline tamba hanesa fo ne mata ona saya ailara ona.
It's only 2 years of implementation. The project has already planted over 120,000 trees, and results on the mountain are starting to show. Foho Kaikole could become a hub for sustainable tourism. Waterfalls, hot springs, and rice paddies are located at the mountain sides, untouched by development. To ensure that conservation can continue, the community has strong laws in place called Tara Bandu, which are enforced to protect the mountains and the vegetation.
Ema toto garante katak dia Aila Morris, hau garante katak sei Morris, tamba suku wata waila, puesto na mizan venilale, tuir Tarabando tradição cultural, animal label husi libre, no ema label sunure arbiru, hau garante katak fohane abambaro, sai paisagem nebe furak. Agora de bel wenchelu gona. Tine lima maita ni bela sai wenchelu. Sai ailaran tua. Ne bahau ne mei.
Kaikole Mountain is more than a just beautiful piece of landscape. Since the old times, it has been a sacred place for the community.
Foho ida Kaikole, memang nia lori em hamutu. Uluk iha tempo passado, iha atividade rito cultural sempre composto tipo husi suku vizinhos, ema hotu-hotu, halibur malu, halo atividade cultura nian. Agora, dadau investe fali foho idane ia area da floresta saumos hamutu. Hamutu halo investe foho idane.
From a mountain to becoming green to an evergreen plant, which is one of the fastest growing on our planet, bamboo. Bamboo is a crucial element in the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. A grove of bamboo releases 35% more oxygen than an equivalent stand of trees. On the economic side, cultivating bamboo has become more and more interesting for farming communities. Demand is growing within the eco-conscious consumer. In Timor-Leste, bamboo traditionally has many uses since the old days. During the resistance times, bamboo was used to transport water and food to our fighters hiding in the forest. Complete water systems are built with bamboo, and it is now still used to slow cook meals for consumption or for cultural rituals. There are also many old stories about bamboo. told by the elders to their communities about girls born in bamboo and their families searching for husbands for them, but that's for another time. Let's look at how bamboo can create livelihoods for our people in rural areas, while at the same time contributing to the CO2 credits for Timor-Leste. The National Bamboo Center in Timor was established as a public institute. The center has grown into an institution providing tasteful furniture and accessories to the local market, employing over 50 carpenters and their helpers.
Au Moris Timor ni tahare parte lain ini solo ini ane ya diferença barak ne. Anasan parte Los Palos ni parte Tasibon lah anasan o parte Fohon ini. Au espécie balu que bele Moris ya raitos. Antara quando cura au ne Moris la isla. Hare ba iha asunto economia itare bela ajuda comunidade hetan receitas. Nomos anasan nudar instituto público bele hetan receitas recolher receitas o submete ba estado. Mas a parte selo kami laos ano intenside ninia importância ira maka prevenir osaun. E depois bele ajuda contribui para a mudança climática neve maka agora dadau mita mundo enfrenta ela. Aune planta ira neve maka nia mori sustentável. Ne maka mi hatete rean kuda da laira tesila hotu.
Funding from the European Union enabled Bamboo Center in Timor to establish 4 supply centers in the districts, with Vikeke and its town Osu being one of them. Bamboo has been growing here since the old times. However, has never been cultivated commercially. This is about to change.
Kami halo survei, iha Vikeke larang, au barak liune iha Osu. Tamanema tinang kotuk libu ami mai hene hari grupo ihane nebe sira oin loron sira começaram na viveros equipa técnico husi instituto bambu mai formação fobasira oin sama sira bele tesi fera depois oin sama sira bele utiliza fali au ne sanakne bele halo viveros fila fali
betune au suparak ngamsane husi bida abo mai kuda to falamne tempo moso ami kuda dan betune harus sudah kudatian lah aswe pusik dia itu misalnya ami halulut mah betune Moris ami badinas kuda bet kuda au nemak betu si bike kebarakan misalnya
hau ne ina ne ama husi au mai agora hau ne uansira hau ne be uansira hau ne sibrino sira ne moso husi turi hau ne ina hau ne ama ne abo sira mos tur kuda au na fatem balu base sekolah balu serviço ona sira balu helehne serviço laiha maka sira husi ona bakuda aune.
The Bamboo Center team have been trained on new methods to grow bamboo quicker and easier. Bamboo is planted in the rainy season, January and February being the best month in Osu.
Ulo kabo bijabo serne tempo maka sira fukit ninya hung tomak para sira kuda. Sira sa kuda ni Moris makanena. Mate sira fukit fal selo mai kuda fal. Ida agora ne ia moderno então foi maka ami primeira vez be hatene botene. Tama uluk maka vitani avo ser maka hatene botene kar koin lorone awarak.
Amne wan sira batur fal treinamento idane kuda fal de tidiki hotala ne maka tawai moruk wane to de fulan ra Moris onane ne ma amos content falbo haune wan sira ne mos content halu buatne hatene duni.
The project has clear benefits for the community. While cultivating bamboo contributes to climate change mitigation, it is the first time for the farmers to become part of a value chain, seeing firsthand that their hard work can pay off.
Itamos iha plano ida atu refloresta filafale au nebe ite nebe ala sira kuda ite distribui ba comunidade sira nebe makia interesse atu kuda au sirene dala bara kami dia au ne nia fumsau ne la ya ami hatene katni fumsau maka didi hal uma mai be ami hatene katak prosesu au ne nia ba futur ne oisa hoidane maka ho primeira vez irene maka ami hatene buat irene anta começa ami mos ia criativo para serviço duni tamo idene ita interesse ba interesse comum interesse nacional Hoirane maka itahutu ni servisu odi lori nasaune bo.
3 places, 3 stories. A nation with people that have stood up in the past, fought for the right to be independent. Now it is the time to bring development forward, to continue our path into a bright future. But it is also the time to celebrate the strength and the determination of our farming communities, the backbone and the roots of our country, supporting our young nation to grow strong, strong like the trees.
Ini puru pale, ini puru tene, ini kesipale, ini tanah kolo. Ini au ira uni lolo, ini au ita uni lolo, ini au ira uni lolo, ini au ita uni lolo. Seni poro keli letali aila varitali aila varutali aila palatali aila ocho muchu aila foe micha aila ufarana neure ipinakake ini puru pale ini puru tene ini kesimpale ini tanakolo.